Alright guys, here's another edition in my Snowbunny series, which has been expanding for the last 2 years. If you haven't seen my series on Snowbunnies, then, go ahead and check it out. You can see it below. But anyway, my name is Michael. I am the host of 5 Minutes with Mike. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll get into this episode in a second. This is 5 Minutes with Mike. Our news, our voice, our issues. Believe that. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. Man, oh man, looks like Becky, Brianna, and what other name can I maybe even Karen, but let's go with Becky. It seems like Becky is getting smarter nowadays. Anyway, I don't know. Oh my gosh, that was a bad voice. But guys, listen. This is pretty much going to be a little bit of a reaction video to a content creator that I watched, and it's in regards to certain group of individuals targeting another group of individuals. Snowbunnies, essentially targeting black collegiate athletes of all sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, it don't matter, track and field. Yeah. Wherever they deem that there can be money involved or there's a bigger bag and lure, oh yeah, they are formulating a plan of action, pretty much a manual, a business plan on how to bag these star athletes. Even if you're not a star athlete, essentially, black men, they want your sperm. Like, that's what it comes down to, because essentially, and maybe I should have titled this $1 Million Sperm. Maybe I should have titled that. I don't know. Maybe I should have titled that. Maybe that'd be another episode. But at the end of the day, bro, like, they want you. The end result is for you to have their baby. Like, mixed race baby, you know what I'm saying? Kumbaya, all that stuff. But before they get to that part, there are a lot of intricate nuances that they've literally developed. Like, literally, there was a group of individual women, college age, well, quote unquote, college age women, allegedly, that came up with basically like coaching. There's one woman actually that's she's already basically bagged her an athlete, right? She's living a life, Mexico, Brazil, wherever, living a life, my tides, islands, all that stuff, living a dream life. So she's coaching these other younger snow bunnies, okay, on how to play the game to bag a star, mostly black athlete. All right, guys, this stuff is real. If you thought that, and you wonder why a lot of athletes end up with, snow bunny wives, when you see the camera, basketball players, football players, all these athletes, this is part of the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, these particular snow bunnies are no better for the most part as far as who they are as individuals. They're no better than any other race of women, okay? Like Dr. Omar says, Black Queen forever, Snow Bunnies never. And honestly, just in transparency, it was because of that statement. I, as a black man, dating and also impregnating a black woman, a black queen to my daughter. No, her and I are not together anymore as far as our relationship, but we birthed a beautiful black girl. Her name is Mila Destiny, right? We birthed a beautiful black girl. And so it was upon this particular tone that I heard, and or rhetoric that I heard from Dr. Umar, that I launched my first part of the series, first episode in this series a couple years ago, Snow Bunnies, like dating black men. And that series has gotten thousands and thousands of views. Matter of fact, it's the biggest one out of all the Snow Bunny episodes that I've done. But it is what it is. And so here we are. Fast forward, I particularly believe that me as a black male that's dated black woman that birtheth a black young girl who which one day would be a black woman, I think that this is important. Now, mind you, I don't mind you date and love who you love, all right? At the end of the day, around your lady without raising a red flag. A homeboy would play video games, smoke, and chill. A homeboy is a nigga you can ride or die, and the one you sleep with on the low. Homeboys, available in ebook and paperback or wherever books are sold.
When I was in high school, I had a teacher that was a basketball coach and a football coach. And his daughter was dating a football player, and that was going to go D1. We all knew he was going D1. And the way he would talk about him was so slave mastery. He would be like oh yeah, their kids are going to be big. Their kids are going to be great athletes. Like just goofy stuff. And one day I became friends with one of the basketball players, and he told me, he said, yeah, when we date black girls, they encourage us not to. They say they're bad for our image and we should date white girls. And when we are dating black girls at the time, they basically like harass us on the team. Makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Because these white girls be coming out of nowhere. I'll be like, I ain't even know the draft picks. I didn't even know the draft picks yet. And they're already walking down the aisle with these white women.
We're all people. We're all human beings. We all pretty much got the same packages, just in different intricate ways. All right. So with that preface, here we go. Now, if we look at what the Beckys of the world are doing at primarily PWI, which stands for public white institutions, what they're doing is they're formulating plans based upon coaching and other strategies in order to bag them $1 million athlete, maybe even $1 billion one day the athlete becomes. Either way, they're looking at another way to bring wealth to an already advantaged history and family of wealth for the most part. Now, am I saying that every individual that is from, the Snowbunny world has money, wealth, power? Of course not. I'm not saying that. But we all know that when it comes down to the wealth inequalities in America, that a certain group of individuals that got so much from the foundation of America has had a 400 plus year advantage over many other individuals in America, primarily when it comes down to black Americans. Okay. So we all know the history behind that. All right. So let's fast forward to 2025, 2026. And now we see Becky's are creating a roadmap to getting Tyrone's, okay? Black athlete. We're talking about black superior athletes. We're talking about what individuals would consider the best specimens of all specimens on the planet Earth, living, roaming, and breathing. Becky's are not only admiring the physical structure of these black athletes, but they're thinking about the most important thing in their mind, that is income, wealth, and generational stability. That's what they're thinking. They could care less about that degree that they're in school for at college, because at the end of the day, if they bag a potential $1 million athlete, they graduated. That's it. And then according to this, this coaching and other strategies that they've come up with, and then if they get that particular athlete, if they get that athlete to now inseminate them, woo, and they have a healthy pregnancy, boy, they hit the lottery. We all know it. Everybody knows it. They hit the lottery. All right. So how are they doing this? What are they doing? So basically, when it comes down to this coaching, they're giving them, these women, certain steps. You guys going to see a clip of this in a minute. They're giving them certain steps when it comes down to bagging an athlete. One of those steps is make sure that if you are dating this particular athlete, you better not F with his other teammates, Because if this particular athlete decides to drop you, then his teammates will look at you like gold because you never stepped out. Another thing they talk about, doing his groceries, cooking for him. Another thing they talk about, going the distance when it comes down to folding his clothes. Doing just what we could call traditional womanly activities in most cases. That's really what a lot of this stuff is. But because so many women have gone away from just the basics that a woman would have done for a man back in the 60s and 70s and partially in the 80s, now you got to have a playbook when it comes down to bagging these athletes. Because for the most part, we all know that these athletes aren't going there for school. Yeah, I mean, some do graduate with honors and other things. Athletes aren't dumb, so let's begin there. But they're going there because they're looking at the next bag. So some are already making a bag right now due to NIL, which stands for name, image, likeness, which unfortunately we have certain individuals that want to take that away already, and it's only been around for maybe 4 years. So we got that, but athletes are making money right now, based upon their name, image, likeness, rightfully so. You wouldn't want somebody putting you on TV and you don't make a dime off of it. So think about it like that. So we got that part, but then we all know though the biggest bag, especially for football, basketball players, is going to come from when you make it to the league. Now, I must rephrase it. I'm sorry. Also, baseball players too. Those guys, if you're good, like really good, you can make money like crazy money, like blockbuster money. So let me stop that too. And most of that money, baseball and basketball is guaranteed. Football, a lot of that money is paperweight, is toilet paper. A lot of that stuff is toilet paper. Now, I'm not saying they are making some good money, but I'm saying the guarantees that basketball and baseball has is crazy. Okay, so you have these, Becky's of the world, Snowbunnies, that are, they're watching and observing. They're looking. Their eyes are laser sharp. They're observing each particular athlete. You know what I'm saying? They'll wear certain type of clothing, not too much revealing because they know that they don't want to look like a hoe, but just enough to make him think, right? So the biggest thing is, a lot of these Beckys, some may have dated a black dude in high school, or some may have never even, came across a black guy at all because of the neighborhood they live in, a rural area, whatever. And so now for them to see this athlete and then they think about all the rumors that's involved when it comes down to black men, when it comes down to the stamina of black men, and, the black man's performance in the bedroom. So they're thinking in their mind, man, I can check off a lot of lists. Number one, I can get a man that I've been fetishizing over for a certain amount of years that daddy said I can't be with. Number two, I can potentially get a bag right now in college while he's getting his bag in NIL deals. Number three, I can get a generational bag by having his seed and impregnate me, and then therefore, and once he gets to the league, I am set for ages. Don't matter. At minimum 18, 20 years, I got him on the hook. Now that he got my baby, you know what I'm saying? So, for some people would say that this is a gold digger, right? And in many instances, yeah, it probably could be a gold digger. Or most like, it's a gold digger. Are Snowbunnies the only one that try to dig for gold? Of course not. You got black women that are like that, you know what I'm saying, that are, on the hunt for, this, particular man. But what's so crazy, though, is in this Snowbunny rule book, one of the things was that to kind of get rid of the black mama, kind of push her to the side, and black sisters. They don't want the black man, the black athlete, to recognize that, dating Becky may be a problem for him, And so the other thing is when it comes down to dating another individual from a different culture, which seems to be it only really happens with black and white communities for the most part. The biggest thing that happens, though, is, number one, they don't know your culture. They don't know your people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big difference between, let's say, a black woman going after a black athlete versus this snow bunny that is just, applying each particular rule book and seeing which one can stick. She don't know the culture, and then now she has a black baby. That black baby, that kid, but this was now multiracial, may get picked on. Is now maybe suffering from identity issues, all sorts of things. Now, I think a lot of there's some of the multiracial individuals are some of the most beautiful people in the world that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing what can come together when you can mix black and white together, right? Their hair is a little bit textures different, all kind of different things. It's beautiful people, right? But black is also beautiful as well. My daughter is very beautiful girl, and I will never say anything otherwise. You know what I'm saying, when it comes down to that. But here's my premise. My premise is this. When it comes down to these snow bunnies, black athletes, be careful, bro. Like, these women, they have some strategy to what they got going on to essentially bag you, to get you, you know what I'm saying, to move in their direction. And once again, as I mentioned before in my previous videos with black athletes in sports, it's a generational thing, dude. Like, literally, you take the wealth that could have stayed within your community is now being transformed and transitioned to this other community over here. Okay, which speaks for volumes in itself when it comes down to that. Like I said, nothing wrong. If you feel like you love her, she quote unquote loves you, hey, great. Live your life happily ever after. But a lot of times when it comes down to these snow bunnies bagging black athletes, it's all about business, bro. I'm sorry. It's about business. Now, once again, I said that you have gold diggers in the black community and everybody in everybody's community. It is no different. But there is something different when you are dating let's say, you know what I'm saying, a Destiny versus a Brittany, right? There is some subtle differences. There are some differences in understanding when it comes down to not just your culture, understanding who you are as a human being, understanding the backdrop of the struggles that your mom, your sister had to face, that her particular culture and parents didn't have to face. And in some cases, if you go through generations, probably they were the ones that were, enforcing these particular things on your particular very community. All right? You guys know what I'm saying. I don't have to spell it all out. So, with that in mind, take a quick look at this video, and we're going to end the episode there.
And get the bag. Ooh, man, this is, boy, hey, I'm about to trip y'all out, fam. Watch this. Look at this. Oh, man, this is cold-blooded. One girl says, this is the recruit. I want a football player, NFL preferably, a tall chocolate one, like you did. I want your life. She says, that's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. She says, teach me. Number one, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. Number two, dealing with cheating, don't look for it. Girls would throw themselves at him and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate that shenanay in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her quick. Wow. It is amazing to see what they really think of us when it's just them having a conversation. Wow, that's heavy. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate that shenanay in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her quick. Can anybody say Robert Griffin III? Isn't that what he does? That's Robert Griffin III there in his chick, what a wife, whatever she is. That's her. This woman constantly like degrades black women, and he laughs about it. Ooh wee, ooh wee, man. Oh man, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. If she's like us, it'll be harder because more than likely she's planning to win him too. Make him choose. She said, if she's like us, meaning white. Be an asset to him. Fold his clothes. Buy and bring him his food. Do his homework. Completely integrate yourself in his life to where he can't function without you. Don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you. Ignore it. Just in case the relationships go south, another athlete will see you as gold.